Hey, I'm Sarah from Pro Studio. I'm a Pinterest marketing strategist, and today we're going to talk about how to create a strategy for marketing on Pinterest. Now, this is a very unique topic because it varies from business to business, especially depending on if you are e-commerce or if you have blog content and that kind of thing. So I'm going to go over some basic overarching things that you need to keep in mind when you're creating a Pinterest strategy for your marketing. And I think people try to they dive too deep, they get too heavy into it when they're starting out and they get overwhelmed and they quit. So I'm going to give you the basics of a Pinterest marketing strategy, something that works for generally all accounts so that you can get your feet wet and create a strategy that is sustainable for you and you're not going to get overwhelmed. So the first thing is going to be to not try to produce brand new content just for Pinterest. Now, you're probably going to have to create a graphic, which is a totally different story than actually starting from scratch on brand new content. I am a huge believer in content repurposing. And so for Pinterest, because it is evergreen, because people can find your pins 4 years from now, you're going to want to make sure that your content that you're starting with is evergreen. You're not going to want to put something on Pinterest that is a launch for Black Friday that is going to go away in a month. Those kinds of things you're going to want to avoid. So what you do want to put on Pinterest is going to be something like your YouTube videos, right? Like put them on your website, link your website to Pinterest, and have Pinterest traffic come to your website to watch those YouTube videos. You can link your blog. You can do the same thing for your podcast and your products. We'll talk about e-commerce here in just a minute, but my point is create something that is long form and evergreen and take little pieces of that and put it on Pinterest the same way you would for your social media marketing. So for Instagram. So start with something basic or big and broad rather, and create a pin for that. So for instance, this video, I might create a pin that says how to create a basic Pinterest strategy that works for you. That's easy to maintain. So we're going to start with something big and broad, and then you're going to take that and create several pins for it and pin it to Pinterest. Don't worry about having to get on there every single day and pin something every single day and repin other people's things every single day. That's not the point. Pinterest loves fresh content. They want you to come on there and pin something new and bright and shiny, like shiny object syndrome, right? They don't want you to come in and pin a bunch of different things that somebody else has already pinned. That's not the point anymore. That used to be. And if you have somebody telling you that that should be your strategy, that is probably outdated, probably posted like a long time ago, or that person has not been able to keep up with current Pinterest trends. So simply put, as you create a new blog post, pin that blog post to Pinterest and move on to the next thing. Don't make it so complicated. If you are an e-commerce platform, the big thing that you're going to want to do is make sure that you connect your catalog to Pinterest. That is your feed and Pinterest. If you are able to connect it seamlessly through like Shopify, you don't have to worry about updating it on Pinterest. It ingests your catalog feed every single day, roughly every 24 hours. So you don't have to worry about it. And so you will always have a shop on Pinterest. Now, if you're an Etsy person, that is a whole nother story. Pinterest no longer allows you to claim your Etsy site. We'll have another video on that, so be on the lookout for that. But if you have WooCommerce, if you have Shopify, something where you actually own the URL and the website, you can easily link your product catalog to Pinterest and people can shop from there. That gives you a huge boost in analytics from Pinterest. So that's also a good thing. Now, there's certain things like how soon you need to pin something if it's time sensitive, like it can be evergreen and still time sensitive, right? So for example, if you have Christmas content that's coming out that you need to get pinned to Pinterest so that people can find it to know how to decorate their house for Christmas, and you know that after December 25th, that content is probably going to drop off and nobody's going to find it again until next month or next year, then That's time sensitive in the sense that you need to get it onto Pinterest by a certain time, but it's evergreen because you know that next year people are going to find it again. And the year after that, people are going to find it again. And the year after that, people are going to find it again. So there's some strategy behind that, and that varies from content to content and how quickly Pinterest is able to index your pin. So once it figures out what that pin is all about and who it needs to put in front of. Roughly right now at the time of recording this, it takes Pinterest about 6 weeks to index your pin, which means if you have content that is time sensitive as far as a season goes, you want to make sure you pin that at least 6 weeks in advance from when people start searching for it. So that's just a little bit of a strategy that I use for things that are seasonal. If you have content that can be found year round and it doesn't matter, it's not seasonal, then pin it whenever you get it ready or whenever you are ready for people to find it. And don't worry about a specific time that you are actually pinning. Now, as far as making this super simple for yourself, the easiest thing to do is use a scheduler. I use Tailwind. Pinterest has its own built-in scheduler, but you can only schedule 2 weeks out in advance. For my clients, I go further out than that. So that is the basic foundation of a Pinterest marketing strategy. Now, what type of pins to use and all of that can be a little bit more complicated. If you don't know, just stick with a standard pin that you can create in Canva. There's plenty of templates inside of Canva, or you can find templates on Etsy or a lot of other creators. Often I have some for sale. You can go check out my resources. I don't always have them up, but you're welcome to go check. You can go to pinprostudio.com and go under resources to find that. Otherwise, if you would like more support on Pinterest strategy, I have strategy sessions that you can book with me and we can create one for you. Or I have a membership called the Pin Easy that you might find beneficial, where I actually each month tell you what to focus on pinning and what to optimize on your account to make sure people can find you easy, all the SEO stuff. So I want to invite you to that if you are still struggling. Otherwise, be sure to hit follow and we'll talk to you soon. Happy pinning. Thanks for watching, and I hope you got some clarity from this video. If you need further Pinterest marketing support, I'm here to help. You can find my resources and services at pinprostudio.com, including my signature offer, the Pin Easy. It's a membership designed specifically for people who are DIYing their Pinterest account, but they need that little extra support to stay focused on the right strategies to bring major traffic to their websites. Head over to pinprostudio.com or be sure to hit follow, and we'll see you soon. Happy pinning.